What's up guys? This is Josh with Bama Jaybird Resales. I'm back today with another What Sold video. This is covering the holiday weekend for Thanksgiving, a very productive weekend. I hope that your sales are really moving forward as we're kind of getting into the heart of this fourth quarter. I had 23 items sell, and this is for $1,030.38. So a very good weekend for me. Also on this video, guys, check it out. We're going to be taking a look at 5 newer channels. These are channels that, from the best that I can understand looking at their histories, are no older than about 18 months. Most of them are about a year old or less. And guys, these channels are just killing it. Great new channels that you can check out for good information. They're very entertaining, but very informative and very helpful, not only to new resellers, but also I feel like to people that have been in this game for a long time. So I'm going to be introducing you to those as we go through. The very first item though that I've got going out today, this is a vintage Land's End belt, leather belt. And I think I got about $2.99 in this particular item, and I sold this for $11.20. So I buy a lot of belts, leather belts, especially vintage and good name brands, and they tend to do well for me. The next item, you may see this, I've got a picking video that I'll be showing pretty soon. This is a Build-A-Bear plush. It's a woolly mammoth. It's somewhat old. It's 2014. Not quite, a decade old yet, but it's getting there, about 9 years old. I got this, I don't know, I think on that particular sale, I was into each item for maybe like $1.50 or $2. And then I sold this for $7.99. This was kind of a throw-in. I wasn't sure. I didn't look it up, so I didn't know when I picked it up, how valuable it would be, but definitely lost nothing. This next item, I paid up a little bit for this at the thrift store. This is a Carhartt New England Patriots 47 brand collaboration. So NFL Carhartt 47 brand. Very awesome hat, really cool, great shape, looks pretty much brand new. I think I gave $5 for this, and then I sold this for $15. So actually $15.10. Next item is a clothing item. This is a pair of Carhartt pants. These are, let's see, a 36-30 loose fit, and these are the dungarees. So these usually sell pretty well. I only got $14 for these, but I think I have $2 in them. Most of the time when I pick these up, they're either $2 or $2.50 depending on the location that I'm buying from. I buy most of these at a couple of local thrift stores that I like to source at. All right, let's go on to the next item. All right, so this next item is a Seiko SQ50 metronome. So this allows you to keep up with tempo. It's got 2 different tones. This is a little bit older model, but it works very well. And I think it was 99 cents for this at the thrift store. It wasn't very much. It might have been $1.99. And I sold this for $21.99. So a very good profit. Watch out for any electronic devices that are music related, whether it be a guitar pedal, tuning devices, metronomes for keeping time. There's lots of items out there that have good value that you can pick up. All right. Hey guys, so it's time for, the shameless plug as always. And, some say it's a bad idea to do this. Some say that if you don't, then you're probably missing out on some subs. So I just want to ask you, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Man, I'd really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that have been watching or maybe just taking a few minutes to check out the channel, even if you didn't stay there for the whole episode. But, like I say, on this beautiful day, if you'll do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, maybe hit the like button as well, hit the notification bell, anything you can do to support the channel, guys, I'd really appreciate it. So let's get back to it. This next one, it is a North Face. This is the High Vent 3-in-1. Now this only has just the outer shell with the hood, but a very good, just light jacket still. I don't have much in this. I think $2 or $3 from a yard sale about a year ago, actually. This has had a lot of watchers, a lot of interest, but no one had pulled the trigger. I didn't have it priced very high. I took an offer of $18 on this. I think I had it listed for like $20. So maybe like $21.99. So I took an offer of $18, a decent profit on that item as well. I like when they're easy. I like when those clothing items sell. They're easy to ship. I don't enjoy listing them like I've told you before. They're probably the most boring item to list unless they're really, really valuable. But I make a lot of money off of these clothing items that I get really cheap. And so I'm always glad to see them go out the door, because as much as I don't like to list them, man, they are awesome just to drop in a poly bag and send out the door versus trying to pack up some of these other items. I've got some glass this time, man. It's going to be a headache, but we'll get there. Next item. So this is a vintage polo. This is a vintage Lyle. Very, very nice. This is a golf polo, and I got $21.99 for this. Now, I think I probably paid like $6.99 for this at the thrift store. Sometimes I'll pay up a little bit if it's one that I know will move and that will sell for $20 or more. Some people won't spend that much, and I get it. Look, if I had a huge inventory, once if I get to that point and I'm selling, a certain amount and making the income that I'm wanting to be able to make off of eBay, then I may dial back some on those buys. But for right now, look, if I spend $7 and I make $10 in profit off of it, that's more than double my money. I'm good with that. That works for me. All right. So the first channel that I want to call your attention to is the Old Pass. Now, this is a really new channel. This is, if you've ever watched the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast, it's not a new personality, but this is Caleb, who you've seen on there with Chris from Old School Picker. And so, Caleb, if you have paid attention to watched or paid attention to the reselling podcast, you know that he's a very experienced reseller. And so he's got a ton of really informative tips. His space, man, it's just immaculate. It's organized so well. One of his best videos that he's put out that's performed just absolutely fantastic was on getting organized. And so he's got a lot of great information about that. But also, just as he goes through what is selling, I've already caught a lot of tips of things to look for that I hadn't thought of, that I didn't know to be on the lookout for. So a lot of information about new bolos. And, just a really honest and genuine dude, man. He's killing it on YouTube. Like me, he's really new, and so he's kind of just getting settled in good, but his videos are really performing well, and his subscribers are climbing really fast. So y'all check him out if you haven't already, and check out the Two Old Guys Reselling podcast as well. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun and just really good, just wholesome entertainment. I love it. So, all right, next item. This is actually a collection. I'm going to go through these the best I can. These are collegiate collection. I had someone that was watching a couple of these, and get them moved over here. So these are Ridgewood collectibles, and so they were watching a couple of these, and you can't really see them, so I'm not going to pull these all out. I'll show you one of the small ones, and then we'll just leave the others in the pack. But this is a candle holder. It's University of Alabama. It's a snowman candle holder. And they're just really cool collectibles. So the first set that sold were these. And these were, again, a set of two, both in the box. They're from 2002. It's called Henry and Alice, the Snowmen Candlestick Holders, University of Alabama. And I made an offer of $22.50, and they took it. Now, I had these listed for, I think, $29. So, I mean, I cut a little bit off. It's kind of that time of year where you make deals. So $22.50 for those, and I got these. It's been at least a year ago at a school sale where they were raising money for, I think it was their softball team or something like that. But anyhow, there were several of these setting out, and they just wanted a couple of dollars on each one, $3 to $5. So I did really well on them. This is a snowman with a flag, and so this is another. University of Alabama. I sold this one for $24. I don't normally do this, but okay, so I'm in Alabama, and I noticed that the buyer for both of these listings was someone not far from here in Alabama. And so I decided to send a message to the buyer, and I just let them know that I had one other larger Ridgewood collectible of Alabama that was also listed, that was a Christmas collectible, and told them if they were interested that I'd make them a deal on it. I had this one listed up, I think, at $40. And again, you're not going to be able to see it, but this one's pretty big. This is like a family. It's like a mom and dad, kids, and their pet, and it's all like on a base. This one I had listed up at $40. I told them I'd make a deal if they were interested. I asked if they could do $35, if they wanted it, and they said let them take a look, and they said they could do 35, and they bought this one too. Sometimes it pays, guys, just to reach out a little bit, especially when people are collectors of certain things, and especially during the right times of year. So I got an extra $35 sale just out of a quick message I sent. So this next item, another clothing item. This is a shirt. You're not going to be able to really tell how kind of cool this is probably in the camera. But this has got a mixture of colors. It looks almost white, but it's a geometric design with very pastel looking colors. It's called Visconti Black 2XLB. So it's from the big and tall section. This I sold for $24. So $24 for that. And I think I gave $5 for this at the Foundry. All right, so the next item that I sold was Oral-B. These are the IO replacement automatic toothbrush heads. And so these are both 2-packs. I got these at Walmart, and this is a retail arbitrage. I don't do that a lot, but every now and then, I mean, I usually check the clearance out. Every now and then there's something good over there. And they had these marked down to, I think it was $8 a piece. And these sell really good online. And if you know much about these toothbrush heads, they're pretty expensive. So for the 2 of these, I got 30 bucks. So 16 into 30. A lot of times in retail arbitrage, your profit margin is not as high, but you're talking about new in the box items. If you get the right things, they usually flip pretty fast, if you get the right items. So anyway, I thought that was okay. About double my money on those. A little less than maybe, but right at double my money. Next item. This is a set of books. I love looking at Bible commentaries and Bible resources. I teach Sunday school, have for years and years. And this is a set of the Warren Wiersbe. I think I'm saying his name right. Warren Wiersbe, New Testament, the Bible Exposition Commentary. So I picked these up. I think these were $1.99 each at a local thrift store. And I sold these for $30. So about $4 into 30 plus shipping, of course, as always. All right. Next channel that I would suggest that you check out if you haven't already is Grams and Pops. So this is Corey and Teresa. They are, man, they're just so great together. Their chemistry, they're so much fun. I love their setup and the way they deliver their videos. There's just great information. And like I said, considering how much help you're getting from them, it's amazing how entertaining it also is. The little sarcasm and stuff that goes back and forth, the banter between them it's just really good. It's really great for viewing. Can't get my words out. But anyway, they also give you a lot of fantastic tips on what to buy. And one of the things that really impresses me about this couple is, man, in a year's time, they've went from not even being in the reselling game to starting a reselling operation that is absolutely, man, it's just like, it's amazing how profitable and how much success they're having. On top of that, they began their YouTube journey right about that same time. And here they are a little over a year into it, and they're monetized. Their videos just keep getting better and better. And guys, I'm just telling you, you need to check them out. If you haven't already, go check out their channel. Again, just such a great example of how hard work, dedication, doing the research that it takes and putting in the time and the effort, how fast you can grow an eBay reselling business and a YouTube channel as well if you do it the right way. And they're just really genuine, just like with Caleb at Old Pass, just really genuine folks. So next item on the list, I have a rigid dual recharging station. I actually picked this up when we were on vacation this summer in Maine. Had it listed for a little while. I didn't list it immediately. I had actually shipped this stuff back. It was near the bottom of the box. And so as I was finally getting through that stuff, I got this put up. I listed it, I think, for $30. I sold it for $23. So I took an offer of 23 bucks. Again, I don't do a lot of promotions and things like that. And so what I do is I send and accept offers. And I know some people have different opinions on that, but to me, rather than promoting and losing money over it or being, stuck on my price, I try to move it by, sending out an offer every now and then. And I know a lot of you do that too to get sales moving, but I do it as a regular practice, and I feel like it really helps my sales. I may leave a little bit of money on the table here and there, but it does, in the long run, I think it brings more money in. Let's see, next item up. This is a new with tags item. This is Betty Johnson. Betty Johnson, a little wristlet, small purse or wallet. Betty Johnson's it's a decent brand. It's not Coach or something like that, but this being new with tags did pretty well. I think I gave $5 for this at a yard sale, and I got $22 plus shipping for that. All right, next item on the list. This is a pair of vintage Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy. Probably can't tell a lot about them, but they're a dark brown color. So these are the Andrew pant, and again, these are pleated, but these are a really good item to watch out for if you can get a good price on them. Now, I think I gave like $7.99 for these, but these sold for 35 bucks. So a very good sale for a thrift store find. I actually found 3 pair of those. I got 2 other pairs still listed that should sell in a similar range. So if you look at it that way, I spent about $25, say tax and all, because I do get a little bit of a rewards points back that kind of cuts into that a little bit. So say $25 for 3 pair, and I should end up having net sales of around $100 plus shipping. So I think I'll end up making $65 profit off the 3 pair of pants. I'll take that every day. All right, next item. We went to a church sale that they've been having for a couple of weeks off and on the weekends, and it was the last day that they were having it, and they advertised that everything that was left was a dime. Everything was 10 cents. So we go into that church sale, and there wasn't any, not ginormous home runs really, except for a pleater. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but my wife, of all the things that were there was one item that's about $150 to $200 item. But she had been looking for a pleater, like does the smocking, like on the little girls' dresses, or even adults. But when you're in school, that's kind of something they teach in home ec. And so she had wanted to be able to make those. We got several nieces, little girls, and so she had been looking online, and they were just kind of expensive, more than she wanted to pay. We got that thing for 10 cents, and I mean, it looks like brand new. And I told her, I said, it's amazing that the really big profitable item just happens to be the one that she wants to keep. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. But at that same sale, they had a set of these dishes. There's 6 of these. These are a holiday pattern. Now these still have the sticker on them. You can see. Very pretty, just clear glass. These are the made in France. Trying to remember the name of it now, the Arco Rock. But these were actually made for Arby's. So this is an Arby's item from 1993. Now, along with those 6 plates that I gave a dime a piece for, so 60 cents, I also got 6 of these mugs that match. Now, these weren't from the same year. I think these are from 87. These are made in USA, by the way. If you can read that on there, I don't know. Made in USA by Libby. I got 6 of the cup mugs and 6 of the dessert plates, and I gave a total of $1.20. Well, I sold these for 30 bucks. So, I might could have got a little more for them, but I thought, man, if I can get these in, get them listed, get them sold while it's the holidays, and get them back out the door, that's the ticket. That's what you want to do. I won't have fun packing that though, man. It's gonna be a headache to put all that in one box, but we'll get there. All right. So next item on the list. So this is a Department 56 item. This is Snow Village, one of the originals from Snow Village. It's the airport. Now this is missing the flag. There's a flag that goes up here, and I made note of that. And it's got, around the bottom, a couple of little small dings, nothing major, just right along the edges of the bottom. There's 1 or 2. But overall, it's in really good condition. The things that sometimes get broken, like the propeller, it's there. It's in good shape. It still moves like it's supposed to. It spins. So it doesn't have the light because, of course, that's generally how you find them when they're loose at the thrift store. But this was a really good piece. So I got this for $9.99, and this sold for $45, $44.99 plus shipping. So that was a really good sale. Moving on, I have a pair of vintage Guess jeans. These are probably from at least the early 90s. These might even be from the 80s. These are made in USA. They are a brown color, very retro looking pair of jeans. I thought these were really cool when I found them. I listed them like as Y2K or 90s. That's good little additives for vintage clothing from that era. And that, man, look, the Y2K 90s clothing stuff, that type of vintage, man, it is absolutely killing it right now. If you're not looking for that stuff, even if you're not a clothing reseller, you should keep your eyes open for vintage items from the 90s. Some of that stuff is selling for big money when you find it. So this pair of pants, look, I gave $2.50 for these. $2.50 at the local thrift store. And this pair of pants sold for 50 bucks. Now I had them listed higher than that, but I wound up taking an offer. I was ready to move them out the door. I didn't have much in them. Matter of fact, you know, if someone has a vintage shop and they buy those, they might even be able to get $75 or $100 for them. All right, next item on the list. These are vintage Sears carpenter pants or painter pants. You can tell, man, from the material that these are quite old. They still got the old stickers on them. They are a large size, a 50-30, I believe it is, but it's still got the old sticker. It's done faded out. Just really awesome. I was kind of surprised to find these as well. Again, for about $2.50, I picked these up, and these sold for $56. So $2.50 into $56, man, fantastic sale. I'll take that over and over and over again. Now, let's go on to another channel. Third channel that I'd like to recommend is called Justin Resells. Justin Resells, again, this is a somewhat newer channel, but you wouldn't know that, man, when you go watch it. The production quality is just absolutely amazing. A matter of fact, I'm going to do two right now. There's two of these that I'll say are kind of, you know, on par, a little bit different, maybe technique and approach. But Justin Resells is just, you know, top notch. The quality of the editing is very interesting. The way the information is presented, really a lot of informative videos, especially for newer resellers. That's not to say that if you are an experienced reseller, you cannot get help from it. It's good sometimes just to hear things, even if we already know them, to reinforce things that we're letting slip in our own practice and our own business. But just really great videos. And like I said, if you are a newer reseller, it's a fun one to watch. The other one that I'm going to suggest at this point, so this will be number 4, the channel is I'm a Resellit. Now, that sounds like a mouthful, but it's IMMARESELLIT. I'll put the link on the screen and in the description. But I'm a Reseller, and this is Shagan. So Shagan, man, he's one of the coolest dudes that you'll find out there. He's super talented. He goes all over the world thrifting and doing things. I think he's based out of Chicago, but just an awesome guy, man. Some of the best editing, again. His videos, they just always, you know, now he does 2 different types. He does a lot of lives too, where he streams from the flea markets, and those are amazing long form content. If you like just to have something played in the background while you're working, it's a great thing to have, just to, you know, just kind of have that as a filler when you're busy doing listings or cleaning items or whatever you're doing. But again, just very good information. It's a lot of fun watching his videos. He does just a fantastic job. I just can't say enough. I love the production quality on his videos. But anyway, he can really help you if you're out there doing eBay full time and trying to get some tips that'll help make you a better reseller. And again, all of these, much like myself, are newer channels, newish channels. They may not be from 3 months ago, but they're definitely channels that are kind of emerging, I think. And man, I can't tell you too much that you need to check these guys out if you haven't already. All right, moving on to a few more items, and then we'll finish up with our last channel suggestion. So next on the list, we have a Salad Master with lid. This is a 10-inch frying pan. And so, as you know, vintage cookware that's made in the USA and made well, heavily made, and Salad Master is one of the best, is a huge reseller. One of the things that I have heard said many times by other resellers, and it's true, is if you find writing, okay, engraving on the side of the pan, there's a good chance that it's worth money. Check it out. Salad Master's one to look for. There's others like Mastercraft, All Clad. There's a lot of good brands out there. So pay attention to cookware. You may be missing some big deals. I paid, I believe it was $5 for this, and I got $60 for it plus shipping, $59.99 plus shipping. All right, moving on. This is a purple Game Boy color, and I listed this up. I think I had this listed at about 85 or something like that, and I took an offer of 75 for this. So that's going out the door. Another great sale. And then the video, I've got a video I haven't posted yet. It may come out actually before this. So if you see the video where we're going over the yard sale haul, then you will have seen this. But this is a Mariglow tree topper. Now, look, I was excited to find this. These have a lot of value. I was disappointed because the light was missing. Man, if I'd have had the light on this thing, this could have been worth upwards of $200. But this is the Sputnik style. So very, very valuable, very collectible. And in spite of the fact that it didn't have the light with it, it still sold for a really good price. So it's the blue Sputnik style cathedral with the Sputnik here, the spins. And when you put the light in it, when it's got the stem that sits on top of the tree and the light goes up in it, it lights this part up, but then the heat from the light causes this to spin on its own. So it creates a really cool effect. Now this is like the atomic era. And again, I might have had, guys, I'm telling you, I probably didn't have $1. I probably had like 50 cents in this or 75 cents. And I got $75 plus shipping for this item. It's a little shameful probably, but I'm not ashamed. I'm happy. All right. So, so the last channel that I'd like to recommend to you today. It's a newer one to me. I'd heard others mention this channel, mention this particular guy, and it just took me a minute because if you're like me, you know, it's hard to work in sometimes a lot of watch time. I mean, some of the channels that I just absolutely love and I always watch, I still get behind sometimes. But this last one is Rocky Top Picker. And again, this isn't, from what I understand, he's not new to the reselling game, but newer on YouTube. And man, he does a fantastic job, man. He's funny. He's got a great presentation, a lot of good advice. He does some tutorials. I watched one in particular that was on, you know, how to, you know, do the delist and relist thing. And, you know, it's sell similar. You know what I'm talking about if you're a reseller, where you take stale inventory that's been sitting there, you go back in, you end the listing, you know, you look it up, kind of make sure your price is still good, check things out, see if you had any errors in the category, whatever. Just, you know, and then refreshing the listing so that it goes back near the top of the search results. And a lot of times that can help improve sales and move some of that stuff out that's just been sitting around. But anyhow, he does a good job talking about that and then breaking that down and showing you how to do it, and so many other things. Just a lot of great information, a lot of cool items that you get introduced to. Again, bolos to be on the lookout for, and all these do a great job with that. But you can learn from each of these resellers. So one more time to go through these. We've got Old Pass with Caleb. We have Grams and Pops. We got Justin Resells. And then I'm a Reseller, which is Shagan. Finally, of course, it's Rocky Top Picker. So check him out as well. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you get a chance, you know, check out some of my other content. Please take time to subscribe. Hit that like button. Maybe hit that notification bell as well. None of that stuff costs you anything. But man, it sure would help me out a lot. My channel's kind of growing slow, but hey, that's okay. I'm in it for the long haul either way. I've seen some of these guys, man, and I see them, man, after like 6 or 8 months, they're just like, man, full steam ahead and killing it. And then, you know, I look at some channels that are really successful now and, you know, they just grew very slowly in the early days. So I don't know what it takes other than just staying after it, doing a good job, man, being genuine, and doing our best to just be who we are. You know, I said, just be genuine. And so God bless you. I love you. God loves you more than I do. I can't even express to you the difference in that and how important it is that you're loved by an amazing God. But you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one, Lord willing. And keep killing it during this fourth quarter, and don't give up.